Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. And now, celebrating 15 years of broadcasting, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in my home state of Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM. We welcome you all back to our show. Also, those tuning in to our online affiliates around the world, including our iHeartRadio family. We're glad to have all of you with us as well. You know, it's actually been 2 years since our next guest was on the program with us, but Dorien Wilson has definitely been busy, not only with television, but also with films. You know him because of hit shows like The Parkers, Sister Sister, and then, of course, on Bounce, In the Cut. We're going to talk to Dorien not only about this journey for him, but also how he's been able to chronicle it for us almost in real time thanks to social media and what it's been like for him to hear from his fans as well. Dorien, hello to you and welcome back to the program.
Hey, what's happening? How you doing?
Hey, doing really good. Excited to speak with you again. We're headed back to Los Angeles to cover the Scandal series finale on the 19th of this month.
Okay.
And so I was reaching out to people who I had an opportunity to speak with last time I was in Los Angeles. And, of course, you were at the top of that list, and I was so glad to get a chance, seriously, to talk to you again. What has this experience been like for you, Dorien? Even in the past 2 years since we last talked, you've been so busy, not only, of course, with In the Cut, but also other projects. What has it been like for you to see the hard work paying off the way it is?
Well, I get to stay in my house and pay my bills.
Right.
No, it's great. You know, the journey is always continual.
Yeah.
You know, I just, like I said, I try to stay relevant and, you know, be in this game. It's so funny. I was talking the other day, and I don't know where I crossed over to become this quote-unquote legend now. You know, that I've been in the game as long as I have, which is a blessing in itself. But to be a legend, and I have people stopping me all the time saying, I grew up watching you, and you know, stuff like that. It's so special. I remember the feeling that I had when I got the show Good Behavior with Sherman, opposite of Sherman Hemsley.
Right.
And I'm looking at this dude and going, wow, this guy is a total legend. I grew up watching him, much respect, and now I'm working alongside of him. So it really means something when somebody says that to me. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, any time your name comes up in conversations that I'm having with people that I'm interviewing, Dorien, I mean, the thing that comes across so much is the warmth that you have for people. No, seriously. I mean, that's one of the things I hear so much.
Them all later.
Well, I mean, do you think it is your love of people that has really made this not only something that you've continued to do, but something that continues to be fun for you?
I don't know. You know, I am who I am. I was raised that way. I had two wonderful parents that I grew up with, fortunately, who were married until my mom passed 5 years ago, 53 years. But they just laid that foundation, you know, to treat everybody with respect, how you want to be treated, and also to, you know, the hard work and dedication in God's will. There's nothing that I couldn't achieve. And so I kind of carried that message with me, passing along to my kids as well. But, you know, I know this is God-given. It can be taken away at any time. So I try to remain humble. I know where my blessings come from. And, you know, I try to treat people accordingly. And so, you know, it has served me well. In this business, it's so easy to believe the hype. You know, Mr. Wilson, can I get you some coffee? Can I do this? No. God damn it, I can do it myself. You know, I appreciate it, but, you know, I'm not an invalid and I'm capable. But, you know, I think you have to be a certain type of person already to really to go there with individuals to, you know, believe the hype. And, you know, and we're all infallible that, you know, this could, like I said, it could end at any time. So
yeah. Yeah. You bring up a point that ties into something I wanted to share in connection with social media, Dorien. On November 19th, of course, I know this because Instagram told me this. November the 19th, 2017, you posted this meme, and it ties in perfectly with what you just said. The meme said, talent is God-given, be humble. Fame is man-given, be grateful. Conceit is self-given, be careful. And then what you wrote with that meme was this. So try to carry my life like that. You are a good brother as well, talking to someone else on Instagram. I think it's so important to, even in looking at messages like that, I mean, how you've been able to kind of correspond with people. The idea of fans for you, I mean, what has that been like for you to think about that? Because of all the different types of projects you've been able to be a part of, you do have fans that not only cross generations, but also are around the world.
And races as well. It's crazy. When people stop me, I never know what box they're going to come out of. Yeah. I could have a Caucasian a couple stop me, and they're big fans of the Parkers. Or I can have somebody who is very, very street-oriented and, remember me from my days doing the Parkers. So you never really know where, people are going to come from. But my fans are great. It is it's amazing to me because I don't think, and I think a lot of people would say it, I don't carry myself as a celebrity, and oftentimes I forget that I can't just do normal things and be in crowds and, think I'm just going to, meander through a big crowd or a amusement park or whatever without getting noticed. Yeah. And then quickly when it starts happening and, the photo shoots are in full effect, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I can't do that. But, so it's always a really wonderful thing. For the most part, most of my fans are great. I especially love the ones, if I'm with my family, they're polite enough to wait until we're finished eating and then come up after. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm a big fan. Blah blah blah. Can I get your picture or whatever? Then you get the complete opposite, where and to the most point. I try to give people passes because 9 times out of 10 they haven't met a bunch of celebrities and they don't know how to react. They don't know how to respond, and what is the protocol? So I am so accessible because I'm on TV constantly. Right. I think people are real familiar with me and feel comfortable enough to grab on me. They're like, babe, I'm Miss Parker. Come over here. Give me a hug. Give me a kiss. No, that was the script.
Right.
I got paid for it. You can't just be grabbing on me, so I just kind of roll with it.
Right. And that, again, that goes to what I was saying, that what I've heard, about being around you, what it's like, and how you make people feel, and I know that means a lot to them. Right. Yeah, and I want to say, too, I mean, here we are, of course, you mentioned the Parkers, I mentioned the Parkers, that was, of course, everyone remembers you there, of course, but now In the Cut, though, has become such a breakthrough hit. I mean, and I love the fact that, once again, you're working with these talented, actors and actresses. I mean, does it just feel like extended family when you're on set?
It is so great. I grew up in the business with these people that I'm working with, so it was a blessing and so beautiful when we sat down and had that first initial table read. That these are all my friends, and to be working with Ken Lawson again from the Parkers, who played T, the bald-headed brother. He plays my son now, and he is such a good brother, just always positive, always in a good mood. I don't think there's one time out of the, almost 17 years I've known him now, that I've seen him in a bad mood, which, is saying something when we have so much stuff thrown at us. Right. Rounding out the cast is Kalita Smith, who is the wife, was the wife on the Bernie Mac show. We started out together on Sister Sister. I played Jackie's boyfriend, and she played Tim Reed's girlfriend. And so we were new and green to the business, and once again, we're looking at these icons that we grew up watching and, working alongside of them. So that was dope. That was lit. And John Marshall Jones, who plays my sidekick in the barbershop, really good dude. It's so funny. It has me laughing all the time. And he was the father on Smart Guy, for those who don't know who he is. But the really funny anecdote to that is a lot of times throughout our careers, both John and I have been mistaken for the other. So I will get, you're the guy from Smart Guy. No, that's not me. And he will get, hey, Professor Ogilvy, all the time.
Right.
And so here we are working side by side. So, no, we're not the same person. But moreover, how funny is it that we have the exact same birthday?
Oh, wow. That is something.
Up to the year.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's my twin or what, but
right.
We get along great, and we just have a wonderful time on the show. And also we have Laura Hayes, Miss Laura, and many of you know her from the Queens of Comedy, and just is a joy and so funny, just spontaneous, and keeps us laughing all the time. So we have a good time. We just completed our 4th season. Yeah. And it'll start airing in July, the beginning of July, I believe, around the time of me and John's birthday, July 5th.
Funny.
Yeah. We did last year, right on our birthday.
That is amazing. And, of course, we can stay connected with the rest of you on social media, which leads us to this last component of this conversation. Dorien, the last time that we talked 2 years ago, you were brought into, especially Instagram, thanks to your daughter. But I was saying to you, it's been so great. And honestly, that's how this conversation came about today. I mean, it's been so great staying connected with you. I mean, part of the reflection has to be great for you, Dorien, to be able to look at some of the posts you're able to make at these different characters that you played. I mean, is that one of the great things about social media for you?
It really is, but I'm telling you, and I'm putting it out there, I just am a private person. I don't like doing it, but I know it's what I need to do, especially in our business now a day. Literally, they hire folk and cast them based on how many followers you have, how many people, know your body of work and like you. So I have to stay relevant and put it out there. But to be able to correspond with some of the fans and, just to be able to give advice and help out folks too, it's been a real blessing. Of course, I've gotten some cuckoos who, don't know where to draw the line, and let's handle ourselves appropriately.
Right.
Yeah, I'll put it that nicely, but so I can't post too many sexy pictures. Let's put it that way.
Right.
But,
I get it.
But it's been cool though, man. It's a journey, and I still have to tackle Facebook and Twitter. But people still can find me on Dorien Wilson, lowercase, _ for Instagram.
That's right. And definitely stay connected with him. We'll be tagging him as well as he's used to being done. And Dorien, I really want to say thank you again for this time. It really is great to catch up with you again. Again, the new season of In the Cut coming this summer. Definitely be on the lookout for that in July. Stay connected with Dorien on Instagram, and as he continues to be able to share with us. And Dorien, it goes without saying, you're welcome back here anytime, man. Looking forward to speaking with you again.
Nice. Well, maybe I'll come right before the show starts airing.
Awesome. That would be perfect. I
would appreciate that.
All right. Then you have a great one, okay?
Thank you so much, man, and I appreciate you. I appreciate it.
Well, look, I appreciate the time, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live.